as I recall, Zach was not an easy kid, at least for me. And I remember going down to Hilltop and peering in the window at Center Congregational Church in the little classrooms down there. And it was a Friday, and he was walking around circle with a candle very slowly, and I'm going, huh? What is this? And he's walking along, and he passes the candle to this other little character. The character takes the candle, and Zach sits down, and I'm going, what is this? So that was one piece of it, which sounds sort of hoo. But then the other piece was the Montessori math materials. I looked at these and went, oh, that's what a cube is? That's what 3 cubed looks like? I'd memorized it all, but I had no idea until I actually felt them and saw them. And I think that just absolutely put Montessori on the map for me. I didn't ever have formal Montessori training all the way through to ever became a certified teacher, but I had lots of snatches of it along the way by really brilliant teachers. Wouldn't you say, Kevin? Yeah. They were just great. We went to quite a few conferences together. And you just learned so much, and they just made it so real and easy to explain to other people. So, it was wonderful that way.
Tonia and I have sort of a similar trajectory through Montessori, through our children, through our roles at the school. But you have to imagine that there was this lower elementary classroom, grades 1 through 3, and there was peace in the land, Jessica and 20 children, on, and Tonia, for whatever reason, decided to throw this large male into the midst of all of this and say, go help him out. And God bless Jessica and Anne, because they just tolerated my presence, my really just came in, and I had no idea what Montessori was about. Zero. No idea what was going on here. I hadn't been in a classroom since, I left wherever, an elementary school classroom since I left grammar school. And but it didn't take long to know that something different was going on there than what was my frame of reference for education. Mostly it was sitting on circle and recognizing that they knew so much more than I knew about so many things. I remember one circle, one of the students started talking about the water cycle, and I was like, oh, that's how that works. That's and they were just so aware, and then it was the socialization, that they weren't sitting in desks and rows and having to call on, and there was the independence and just the freedom, and it just wasn't lost on me that something was going on here. And so what turned into this, sure, I'd love to help out and see if I, till I find my way, and turned into this, I just fell in love with it. And just like Tonia again, my education was bits, pieces, bumping into brilliant mentors all along the way. Some we brought to us, others we went and found. We were just passionate about it. And if you could have seen times when we'd be flying somewhere together and we'd be on aisle seats, and I'd be sitting on, sitting practically in the aisle, and Tonia and I'd be talking for 2-3 hours at a time, nonstop, about whatever that experience was. And we couldn't wait to get back and, bring it back to school, grow that program, add a program, something. So we didn't, there was no quote unquote formal training, although I did my master's thesis was based on Montessori education, so I took it upon myself.
I started in Montessori when I was 2.3 years old, because my mother was a single parent and had gotten Montessori trained and found a school. At that point, there weren't really toddler Montessori programs. And technically the Children's House starts at 2.9 or 3, but she found a school in Ohio that would let me start even though I had a June birthday. And so I started in a Montessori classroom very young, and went through to a few different Montessori schools up through lower elementary. And then after third grade, I transitioned out of Montessori, but was always around Montessori schools. And when I graduated from college, I thought I should probably do something different than a Montessori school. And so I did for many, many years. And then when I had my own young children, it really felt like, well, this is the time to get back involved in Montessori. And the lower elementary curriculum was what really excited me of all of the different programs, where the world really opens up to the children and they're learning about, so many exciting things, and they're really excited to be learning about them. So that was definitely the age that I wanted to take my training in. So we were in New Jersey, and my son was actually one of the first students in a toddler program in that school. And I started the training at the Princeton Center for Montessori Education, and got my lower elementary credential there, and taught in their lower elementary classroom at Cherry Blossom Montessori School. And then after 6 years teaching there, came up to Hilltop as a head of school.